Black Friday and Cyber Monday are right around the corner, and we know a lot of you all are looking for gaming laptops, so make sure you don't overspend, and we're going to show you just how to do that.
We're going to show you 5 of our favorites that we've tested this year that are going to be on sale or already on sale if you're looking for a gaming laptop range you can really budget to high end, and we're going to give you those recommendations after a word from today's sponsor.
If you're planning your next build, hunting for good deals, or just love scrolling through the latest PC hardware, you're definitely going to want to check out today's video sponsor, Micro Center. Micro Center recently opened a brand new store in Phoenix, Arizona, and we had the chance to stop by. The new location is packed with grand opening specials and in-store only offers, so if you're anywhere near Phoenix, it's definitely worth a visit. And it's not just us hyping them up. Micro Center was named the top tech retailer in the US by PC Mag's Reader's Choice Awards. That means you're shopping at a store that's consistently praised by real tech enthusiasts and reviewers both online and in person. Plus, if you like keeping up with the industry, Micro Center News has build guides, hardware announcements, maker projects, and tons of how-to articles to keep you informed. And through the month of November, Micro Center is running multiple sales events worth checking out. So make sure to keep an eye on the site. The deals tend to move a little fast. So whether you're near Phoenix and want to experience the new store in person, or you're browsing from home and refreshing the site for those November discounts, be sure to check out Micro Center today and save big. Big thanks again to Micro Center for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it.
Now, something we've been telling people, and this isn't just to try to get some extra bag or affiliate, is if you're thinking about buying a gaming laptop or building a gaming PC or buying a gaming PC, do it sooner than later, even if it's right after Black Friday, before, whatever, whenever you can afford it. RAM prices just keep going up, and we're expecting to also have effects on VRAM, anything involving storage, RAM, DRAM, VRAM. So that means that the GPUs inside these laptops and the RAM and the storage are all going to go up, and you may not be able to buy these things soon.
So that's going to suck going into 2026. So if you're somebody thinking, maybe I'll wait a few more months, I would probably pick up a laptop today. Again, we're not trying to fear monger or anything. We just want to give you all the advice that we think we would give to everyone out there who's looking for a gaming PC in general. It doesn't need to be a laptop. I would recommend you pick one up before the end of the year because it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. But let's dive into those recommendations so you guys can buy the right ones. And we're going to start with the Acer Nitro V. Now, this laptop features a Ryzen 5 240 CPU, a 6-core 12-thread, which is a rebrand of a Ryzen 5 8000 series CPU, the RTX 5050 with GDDR7 VRAM, 8 gigabytes, which is technically faster than the desktop. Very funny what NVIDIA did there. 16 gigs of DDR5 memory, which is single channel. Again, that is the one downside we're seeing with laptops, is single channel memory, but DDR5 doesn't get as much impact as DDR4 does, so you really won't worry that much about it, but we'll talk about upgrade options later, and a 512 gig SSD. Now, what we love about this laptop is it comes in a 16:10 display, and it's funny, it's right here, sitting in front of us. 16:10 display, 180 hertz. This laptop on average is now $620, but normally about $700 if it's not on sale, so it depends on what time you're buying. But $620 for these new gen parts is really awesome, and the build quality in this laptop, very solid. The 5050 can play your games at 1080p, high refresh rate, no problem. Esports styles, you get close to that 180 hertz. Higher end games, you're going to be running lower details and get close to 180 FPS. But if you pick this laptop up, this is kind of our go-to recommendation. You can really just stop watching the video and buy this one, and you'll be incredibly happy. A lot of our viewers have, and they've really enjoyed it. But then if you do pick this laptop up and you want to add more RAM, at the time of filming this video, to get a single 16 gig stick of SODIMM, you're paying $89. So I'll be honest with you, I would probably get this laptop, game on it for a long time, and if you feel like you need more RAM, then splurge and do that, but don't go into buying this laptop and buy RAM immediately. I don't think the price performance is really there right now, but this is a really good laptop out of the box, and I highly recommend you consider it if you're on a budget.
Now, next up is the HP Victus laptop. This one specifically you can get from Micro Center, but you can also get it from other retailers like Newegg and Best Buy and Amazon, and you're looking for newer specs. Keep in mind, Victus, Nitro, all these laptops have been around for a long time, so really look at those specs. Don't just buy the one that says 2025 model or whatever it is that Amazon usually puts. You're looking for one that actually has like latest and greatest. Like this one has an RTX 5060, and you're looking at a good new price of an average of like $79.99, but as low as $630, which is what we actually saw at the time of filming at Micro Center when we actually picked up this laptop. Now keep in mind, specs can vary, but this one here actually for that price has 2 sticks of RAM. It actually has 2 8 gig sticks, which is more valuable than a single 16. You're getting the same capacity, but the dual channel can kind of work back and forth to get you a couple more FPS and maybe a little bit better multitasking. You get a 1 terabyte Gen 4 NVMe SSD, which is pretty crazy in times like this, and you get a little bit more of a basic screen than the Acer Nitro. It's a 144 Hz 1080p display, so maybe not quite as nice of a display, but you're kind of getting better specs for a similar price. Now this laptop, since the display is just 1080p, really you can do anything on it. So as far as like, you know, playing RedSec with the new Battlefield, if you want to play Arc Raiders, any of those games at 1080p with a 5060 and like one of these AI processors, you're gonna be able to run those games like medium, maybe even high settings in close to that 144. And as far as upgrades go, there's nothing I would do to this one. I would just game on it out of the box, do some business work on it, and you are good to go. You're gonna be happy for a long time with it.
Next up is a Lenovo LOQ laptop. Now, when we bought this laptop a few months ago, we actually bought it directly from Lenovo to try to be the first person to test a 50/50 laptop. And when we bought it, it was over $1,000 and the specs were ridiculous. But guess what? It is $649 now, much more competitive with these laptops that we're talking about here in this video. And the full specs are as follows. You get the i5-13450HX, which is a 10-core, 16-threaded processor, that RTX 5050, 16 gigs of DDR5 memory, which is single channel, 5 total gigs of storage, again a downside versus the HP Victus, but it comes with a 15.6-inch 1080p 144Hz display. Now again, another 50/50 laptop. I really think the 50/50 gets a bad name on desktop, even though we've shown in many videos, it's actually a pretty solid desktop option when you compare it to other new options on the market. But in laptops, I think it really shines there in terms of its performance and how cool it stays under load in pretty much any laptop we've tested it in. And you're able to do content creation as well with this laptop. Live streaming is a possibility with the NVENC encoder, and with a CPU like this, with its 10 cores and 16 threads, you can do video editing on the side and have no problems using it as your primary work laptop. For $649, that is pretty crazy. Now, upgrade-wise, again, you can add that extra memory if you want to, but I think price to performance, I would still just buy this laptop and use it as is. And if you feel like you need the RAM, I guess you probably should buy it now, because as we're saying, it's probably only gonna get worse. So test the laptop as is, see how it goes. But Lenovo laptops are always really well built, whether you're getting the LOQ or the other one we'll talk about here in just a second. We've been very happy with the performance. And once again, just make sure you're getting the most up-to-date spec version, because LOQ has been around for a while, just like the Victus. And sometimes you can end up with like a 4050 or even a 3050. God forbid, you don't want to go down that route. You'll end up getting a much better performance in the long run with the 5050 model. And be sure to check out Lenovo's website and Best Buy for the best pricing.
Now, another laptop line that you should be looking for is the MSI Thin. These are typically going to be the 15.6-inch display models, and as it implies, they're a little bit thinner than some of these laptops here, and they come in a wide spec range and a wide price range. This is, once again, a line that's been around for a while, but usually places like Walmart and basically online retailers will have these laptops ranging from like 13th gen i5s even up to some Ultra series here and there. And the GPUs also really range. I mean, we're talking all the way down from like the 3050 up to new 50 series. Look for them to be like $499 to about $600, and really compare and contrast before you just buy these. Because once again, don't just click on the one that says 2025 model, because 90% of the time when they put that, it is quite literally not a 2025 model. They literally just rebranded and added a new year to it, but it still has old hardware. So make sure you're not paying extra for that. You know, look in that $400 to $500 range if it's like the 13 gen with like the 30 series GPUs. Now, much like most of their laptops in this, they're pretty basic. I mean, the screens are 1080p, they're 144 Hertz, they're typically IPS displays. They're not bad for, you know, doing gaming, some basic streaming and editing and stuff like that. And that's at the end of the day, like all these laptops we're naming are pretty good budget ballers that you can really do anything with. You don't have to go out and buy that new Alienware for like $2 or $3 grand, because more than likely you're gonna be disappointed for how much you spend and like the temps and the performance and how loud it's gonna be, and you're gonna end up buying a desktop anyways.
Now lastly, we're going pretty high end here. We're actually jumping big in price, but I wanted to include a somewhat higher end laptop that's actually a pretty good deal right now through Micro Center and Lenovo's website, and that is the Legion 5. Specifically, you can get a model with an OLED display. Let me run off these specs for you guys. The model we did test from Micro Center at the time of filming, it was $1,700. It is now $1,500. Features an i9-14900HX, 32 gigs of DDR5 memory. That's $1 billion in today's economy. An RTX 5070, a 1TB Gen 4 drive, and a 15.1-inch OLED display that is 2560 by 1600 at 180 Hertz. So again, really cool specs in a laptop. It is at the point there where I wouldn't spend any more money on a laptop. I think you're just losing a lot of price performance if you go much higher than $1,500. So at that price point, really good value, and OLED display, going to be awesome to look at, and you're playing at 1440p with a 5070. You're going to have really good performance in all the games you want to play, and this one will be even better of a workstation laptop if you're wanting to get into content creation, live streaming, and all that sort of fun stuff. 3D rendering. If you're into AI, I'm watching you if you're into AI, but if you're into AI too, it'll work good for that as well. But very solid laptop for that price point. And this does kind of conclude the list that we're going with for 5 laptops here. We started really budget, went high end, and the real consensus is there's really good options right now, especially now right before Black Friday. I wouldn't wait till Black Friday specifically. I would use those links down below to see availability now, because a lot of these deals have been running all throughout November, so maybe Black Friday might be a little sparse. We don't really know. Use those links down below. But if you are in the market for a gaming laptop, these are some really good options.
And hey, parents buying for your kids, watch out for like those eBay and Walmart listings where they just say gaming laptop and they don't list off any specs and they have a picture of Fortnite and Battlefield on the screen. Those are more than likely, quite literally, very old office PCs that have like old NVIDIA Quadro cards, and they honestly cannot game worth the crap. They have all kinds of problems. The batteries are probably bad. Like, I can go over a million reasons not to buy those, especially when they're like $250 to $350. If you literally spend an extra $50 to $100, you can get something like one of these here that are actually new specs with a warranty, a new battery, and they're gonna actually be really good and work for a long time.
And we wouldn't be the Toasty Bros if we didn't include this one last mention. If you feel like you need a gaming laptop, make sure you actually feel like you need a gaming laptop. We love gaming laptops. They provide good value. They're all-in-one packages. They're really good to go. But a lot of people we know buy gaming laptops for the wrong reason, thinking they need it for portability when they don't really need it for portability. If you're someone who works on the go a lot or goes to college and you feel like you need a gaming laptop, totally understand. This video is perfect for you. But if you're somebody who just thinks, well, I might travel and play games with my friends, I might bring my laptop to my friend's house every so often, maybe consider the desktop route, because desktops are going to be much better in terms of performance out of the gate. You're going to get much more price to performance for the most part, and laptops are going to be a bit more expensive for what you get. So again, that's my disclaimer I like to say as a Toasty Bros, because we build PCs and we also promote laptops. We want to make sure you're buying the right one for you.
But let us know down below if we missed any good laptop deals, because we know that they come and go all the time, and we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to check out our other two YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Now at PCBros.tech, we actually sell gaming laptops. We also have full-on gaming desktops, and you can ask for the expertise from anyone from our team on what you should get.
PCBros.tech, buy a gaming laptop or a gaming PC or some merch or whatever. There's a bunch of stuff on the website. Go check it out. There is a sweepstakes as well. You could win a PC, and we do giveaways. We do a bunch of different fun stuff, but the sweepstakes is not a giveaway. Go to PCBros.tech, and for the month of November, get a free mouse pad and cleaning kit with a purchase. See you guys later.
Peace out.